Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Tanvi Taneja, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Israel to free 737 prisoners in exchange of 33 hostages in the first phase of Gaza truce deal, implementation to begin on Sunday. In a historic move to digitize land records, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi to distribute over 6,500,000 property cards under Swamitva scheme to beneficiaries from 50,000 villages. Severe cold forces President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration inside the US Capitol, the first time in 40 years. Ahead of Trump's inauguration, Canada threatens retaliatory tax in the face of US President-elect's plans to slap 25% tariffs on Canadian imports. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi to distribute 65 lakh property cards in more than 50,000 villages spanning 10 states under Swamitva scheme via video conferencing. The goal is to enhance the economic progress of rural India. This marks a monumental milestone in India's rural empowerment and governance journey. Swamitva scheme implements digitization of land records and delivery of property cards to rural people. Local authorities can now assess property taxes efficiently, boosting revenue for Gram Panchayats and accelerating rural development. This will also smoothen transactions, sales and purchase of land without hassle. After digital land records, villagers will be empowered with clear ownership, reducing disputes and enabling better opportunities. Extensive drone surveys are also being conducted to make this goal successful. The scheme is continuing and will expand to more villages and states. This occasion also marks the achievement of another major milestone of preparation and distribution of nearly 2.25 crore property cards till now under the Swamitva scheme. After months of conflict and uncertainty, Israel's government has approved a ceasefire deal with Hamas. The truce, set to begin on Sunday, includes a major hostage and prisoner exchange deal that could mark a significant step towards ending the Gaza conflict.
Israel's government, after its full cabinet meeting, has greenlit a ceasefire and hostage deal with Hamas after months of devastating conflict. The agreement, confirmed by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office, marks a critical turning point in the Gaza conflict. The agreement includes a three-stage truce beginning with a 6-week ceasefire on Sunday. Hostages held by Hamas will be swapped for Palestinian prisoners detained by Israel. In the first phase, 33 hostages, including women, children, and elderly men, will be freed by Hamas. Israel will release 737 Palestinian prisoners in return, as stated by the Israeli Justice Ministry. It had previously published a list of 95 Palestinian prisoners to be released. The Israeli government ratified the ceasefire deal after a 6-hour meeting on early Saturday. Officials say this could mark the beginning of the end for the 15-month-old Gaza conflict. The ceasefire is tied to diplomatic efforts involving both the outgoing US President Joe Biden's team and President-elect Donald Trump, who has claimed credit for brokering the deal. The truce could also ease tensions across West Asia, where the conflict has escalated into Lebanon, Iran, and Yemen. Gaza civilians suffering from hunger, sickness, and cold could finally see the long-awaited and much-needed relief through the ceasefire. Aid trucks carrying food, fuel, and medicine are ready to enter once the ceasefire begins. Bureau Report, DD India.
US President-elect Donald Trump announced on Friday that his inauguration ceremony, set to take place on 20th of January, will be relocated indoors due to extremely cold temperatures forecasted in the nation's capital. The event, traditionally held in front of the US Capitol, will now take place inside the congressional complex. Moreover, the planned parade of military regiments down Pennsylvania Avenue has also been scrapped and will instead be held at Capitol One. It's the first time since the 1985 inauguration of Ronald Reagan that such emergency measures have been taken due to dangerously cold weather in Washington, D.C. Ahead of Donald Trump's presidential inauguration, US-Canada relations have started to become rocky. Canada has announced retaliatory measures in the face of Trump's plans to slap 25% tariffs on Canadian imports. DD India's Akshi Hansa reports.
US-Canada relations turn to get more sour as Canadian Foreign Minister Melanie Joly announced to hit Americans with Trump tariff tax if US's incoming President Donald Trump increases custom duties on Canadian products. According to government sources, Ottawa is considering higher duties on goods from the United States, including steel products, ceramics like toilets and sinks, glassware, and orange juice, in a first phase of tariffs that could be extended. Canadian people too are angry over Trump's overtures to make Canada as 51st state of the USA. To show their displeasure, Canadians are wearing hats bearing the words "Canada is not for sale," modelled after the Make America Great Again. Liam Mooney, an entrepreneur from Ottawa, introduced this campaign. Gloomy atmosphere can be seen at American border town of Derby Line and its Canadian twin Stansted, where people have been living in harmony for more than 2 centuries.
The US Treasury will take extraordinary measures next week to avoid a government debt default. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen made the announcement on Friday. These extraordinary measures are a way for the Treasury to ensure that the US government can keep paying its bills and avoid a huge destabilizing debt default. With the government reaching its borrowing limit, the measures are likely to begin from 21st of January, just a day after Donald Trump's inauguration as the President of the United States. Outgoing US President Joe Biden, just 2 days before his departure from the White House, declared the Equal Rights Amendment as law of the land. This will make women of the USA feel more empowered. The law relates to equality of gender in all respects under US Constitution. The declaration mentions equality of rights under the law that shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or any state on account of sex. This enshrines the change into the US Constitution more than a century after the guarantee of gender equality was first proposed. Supporters of the Equal Rights Amendment have long waited for the amendment to ensure that women's rights are safeguarded under the US Constitution. In his statement, President Biden emphasized that the ERA would provide critical constitutional protection for women and would send a clear message about America's commitment to gender equality.
I affirm the Equal Rights Amendment to have cleared all the necessary hurdles to be added to the U.S. Constitution now. The Equal Rights Amendment is the law of the land now. It's the 28th Amendment to the Constitution now.
Popular video application TikTok has issued a warning that it will shut down in the US on Sunday unless the government provides assurance that it won't be punished for violating a looming ban. The outgoing US president said that the next president will make the decision on the future of TikTok. The warning comes after the Supreme Court upheld a law banning TikTok in the US, citing national security concerns due to its Chinese parent company, ByteDance. The court's 9-0 ruling has left TikTok's future uncertain, with its 170 million American users in limbo. Meanwhile, President-elect Donald Trump has vowed to intervene and save TikTok after taking office on Monday. TikTok CEO Shou Zi Chew thanked Trump for his support. Impeached South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol arrived at the Seoul Western District Court for the first time on Saturday to attend a hearing that will decide his fate on whether to extend his detention on accusations of insurrection. The District Court will review the hearing, with the decision expected to be announced soon. If approved, the new warrant will likely extend Yoon's detention by 20 days, giving prosecutors time to formalize an indictment. Yeol was arrested by investigators over his alleged involvement in a failed martial law bid. Russia and Iran signed comprehensive strategic partnership treaty on Friday to strengthen their economic and military cooperation ties. Both sides termed the treaty as a major milestone in their relations. The treaty signed by Russian President Vladimir Putin and his Iranian counterpart Masoud Pezeshkian will boost cooperation in a range of areas, including their security services, military drills, warship port visits and joint officer training.
The treaty that we signed today creates an additional, as I have already said, substantial foundation for building relation of a trustful nature. This is a treaty about our priorities, about fulfilling our priorities. This is a treaty that allows us to strengthen our bilateral ties in the interest of the people of Iran and the Russian Federation.
A Ukrainian drone sparked fire at a Russian industrial site in Kaluga region, south of Moscow. Russia's defense ministry and the governor of Bryansk region reported that air defense units had destroyed a total of 9 Ukrainian drones over the region on the border. Ukraine's military said that at least 3 drones had hit an oil depot in Russia's southern Voronezh region, and on Friday said that its own air defenses had downed 33 of 50 drones launched by Russia. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and M. Simeka, the leader of Slovakia's opposition party leader, held discussions in Kiev regarding energy security amidst growing tensions between Ukraine and Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico. The talks focused on the broader context of energy policy, particularly the disruptions caused by the cessation of Russian gas flows through Ukraine, which has led to higher gas prices and a loss of significant transit revenues for Slovakia. Fico, who has been critical of Ukraine's stance on the matter, recently threatened to cut aid to Ukraine, citing the economic challenges Slovakia faces due to the ongoing energy crisis. The Prime Minister has emphasized the need for restoration of Russian gas supplies via Ukraine to stabilize prices and restore Slovakia's energy security. Zelensky said Fico's lack of desire to reduce his country's dependence on Russian natural resources threatens both Slovakia and Europe. On to South America now. In a major setback to peace building, Colombian President Gustavo Petro suspended peace talks with the National Liberation Army on Friday, accusing the group of committing a war crime. The decision comes after violence erupted near Colombia's border with Venezuela, leaving at least 39 people dead. ELN fighters targeted a rival leftist group and a powerful paramilitary criminal gang in 2 separate incidents. These actions have dashed hopes of the group voluntarily laying down arms as peace negotiations falter. And next we take a look at what else is making news around the world. Authorities declared a natural disaster in parts of eastern Australia where gales have toppled trees and knocked out power to tens of thousands of homes. Heavy rain, lightning and winds as strong as 100 kilometers per hour have swept across Sydney and other areas of New South Wales since Wednesday. Former Mozambique Finance Minister Manuel Chang was sentenced to more than 8 years in prison on Friday in connection with the graft scandal. The scandal triggered Mozambique's worst economic crisis since independence from Portugal 4 decades earlier. Salvadoran authorities announced on Friday that they had seized 4.3 tons of cocaine in an operation conducted in early January. During the operation, which took place in international waters off the Salvadorian coast, 4 boats were seized and 9 people of Colombian and Ecuadorian origins were detained. Still to come on this edition of DD India Live. Heartfelt reactions pour in from the Mahakumbh as visitors experience an immersive journey in Prayagraj. Emma Raducanu crushed by Iga Shu in Melbourne. We give you all the Australian Open updates.
What will be Trump 2.0's foreign policy outlook? Can we expect something different this time? How will different countries adjust to Trump's disruptive as well as unusual presidency?
The optimistic scenario, which I think Donald Trump actually wants to see, is essentially a great power concert. He wants a world in which the United States and China and Russia and India, great powers, and to quote Thucydides, he likes to live in a world where great powers, do what they can, and weaker powers suffer what they must.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I am Tanvi Taneja. And next, all the news from the Mahakumbh, the largest religious congregation in the world. Ravi Kishan, the renowned Indian actor and politician, expressed his gratitude for the opportunity to attend the Grand Mahakumbh, describing it as a once-in-a-lifetime experience. He shared how fortunate he felt to witness the scale of this spiritual and cultural event, inviting people from all over to come and experience its grandeur.
I'm in the holy land of Prayagraj, and with me is renowned Indian actor Ravi Kishan. Let's talk to him. Sir, just tell us about how you're feeling today after coming to Prayagraj.
Unbelievable. I never thought I'll feel so good and great, because this event has come after 144 years, like 12 Kumbh you finish and then you get this Mahakumbh. So I'm blessed that I'm the first parliamentarian and I'm the first star who's dipped in this holy water. And this is the biggest event happening on earth. Yeah. I've seen a lot of foreigners also coming. Yeah. I must give all the credit to Double Engine Sarkar.
The focus this time is making this festival a digital one. Everywhere you see QR code and people are reaping benefits of it. All the pilgrims and all the devotees who are coming here. What do you have to say on this?
This is what our Prime Minister Modi ji wanted, digital India. And this is the biggest example that how successful we are. And I must thank the government. I must thank Yogi Adityanath Maharaj ji. That what a wonderful, a great vision. I am completely spellbound coming here, seeing with your own eyes. It's very well organized. Now, can you imagine, like everywhere is VVIP treatment for common man to the VIP people. Both very comfortable. Police has done a great job. I must salute them.
At Mahakumbh 2025, technology is bringing the spiritual experience to a global audience in a whole new way. At the Mahakumbh Digital Experience Center, visitors are being offered an immersive journey into the heart of this massive cultural event. DD India's Siddharth Bhardwaj has more.
Grand and digital. This is Mahakumbh 2025. I'm here at the Digital Mahakumbh Experience Center in Prayagraj, where tradition meets technology. And everything here says something. Everything here is unique, mind-blowing and phenomenal. The Mahakumbh Experience Center offers a groundbreaking fusion of ancient tradition and cutting-edge technology, allowing visitors to explore the grandeur of the Mahakumbh in an entirely new way. Spanning 60,000 square feet in Sector 3 of the Mahakumbh Mela area, this state-of-the-art digital experience center immerses visitors in the rich cultural and spiritual significance of the Kumbh Mela. With 12 interactive zones featuring advanced technologies like virtual reality, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, holograms and LED displays, the center brings the essence of the Kumbh Mela to vivid life. This innovative experience offers a captivating educational journey through India's timeless cultural heritage, ensuring every visitor leaves with a deepened appreciation for its spiritual legacy. Upon entering the center, visitors are first greeted with a captivating trailer of Mahakumbh Mela projected on a thread of light. The tale of the Samudra Manthan unfolds on a wooden wall designed to resemble an ancient scroll narrating the story through immersive projections. As guests move forward, they are transported to the Yamunotri Glacier, where they can interact with the virtually flowing Yamuna River, causing the water to ripple with simple touch.
Incredible experience. You can do Deep Dan by just pressing a button. See this.
For all those visiting the Mahakumbh, the Digital Experience Center offers a unique chance to witness ancient stories through a modern lens. Visitors have expressed immense happiness and awe while experiencing the Mahakumbh Experience Center.
I'm totally mesmerized, but at the same time, I think the way the AI and digitalization has been used in this area is extraordinary.
It's beautiful. I mean, you're just getting the culture alive.
The fusion of advanced technology with the spiritual and cultural essence of Kumbh Mela has left many captivated. Many have described the experience as both educational and deeply moving, offering them a fresh perspective on India's timeless cultural and spiritual heritage. The center has truly left a lasting impact on all who visited, sparking a renewed sense of wonder and appreciation. The Mahakumbh Experience Center seamlessly blends tradition and innovation, leaving visitors with a profound connection to India's spiritual legacy.
The Digital Mahakumbh Experience Center is a perfect blend of ancient tradition and modern innovation. This truly is a Kumbh for digital age. With camera person Rakesh Kumar, this is Siddharth Bharadwaj reporting for TD India in Prayagraj.
Still with India, winter chills continue to grip northern states with dense fog and cold waves disrupting daily life. In the national capital region, a thin layer of fog blanketed New Delhi and nearby areas, reducing visibility on early Saturday morning. Several trains are delayed at the New Delhi railway station, and a few flights have been delayed at the Indira Gandhi International Airport due to poor visibility. Meanwhile, in Uttar Pradesh, dense fog has enveloped Prayagraj, adding challenges for pilgrims attending the Mahakumbh. Authorities are urging travellers to exercise caution amid low visibility. Due to the night-long cloud cover, minimum temperatures across Jammu and Kashmir improved, bringing some respite for people. However, minimum temperatures still remained below freezing point in most parts of the Kashmir Valley and Chenab region. Meteorological Department has cautioned tourists and travellers and transporters about sub-zero temperatures and icy conditions on roads, especially over critical mountain passes and higher altitudes. It advised adhering to guidelines issued by the administration and traffic authorities. Experiencing the cultural heritage of India, Singapore President Tharman Shanmugaratnam on Saturday visited Raghurajpur village of Orissa to explore the village's heritage craft and artisanal diversity. President Tharman is on a two-day official visit to the state. The visit also marks the commencement of the celebrations of the 60th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations between India and Singapore. And on to sports news now. Delhi SG Pipers defeated table topper Surma Hockey Club 2-0 and record their maiden win in the Women's Hockey India League on Friday. Apart from their aggressive frontline, Pipers' firm defence was crucial in securing them 3 crucial points. Surma could not capitalise on the 8 penalty corners, which led to their first defeat in the tournament. Surma, despite the defeat, remain on top of the table with 6 points, while Delhi sit at the bottom of the table with 3 points. And in tennis, second seed Iga Shu charged into the 4th round of the Australian Open after defeating Emma Raducanu 6-1, 6-0 on Saturday. Both the players have been former US Open champions. Polish number 1 Swiatek targeted Raducanu's backhand to win the last 11 games of the contest and reach the last 16 in Melbourne for the 5th time. 5 times Grand Slam champion Swiatek, whose best performance in Melbourne was a run to the semi-finals in 2022, has yet to drop a set this year on her way to the 4th round, where she will play lucky loser Eva Liss or Jacqueline Christian. In other matches, 8th seed Emma Navarro joined the American charge with a 6-4, 3-6, 6-4 win over Tunisian Ons Jabeur in a topsy-turvy match. In men's singles, top seed Yannick Sinner will resume his title defence against unseeded Marcos Duron in the 3rd round match today. And the Indian women's team stormed into the Kho World Cup 2025 semi-finals after beating Bangladesh on Friday. The Indian team secured their semi-final berth at the 2025 World Cup with a commanding 109-16 victory over Bangladesh at the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium in New Delhi. India continued their streak of scoring more than 100 points, making this their 5th consecutive mark in the tournament. The victory has set up an eagerly anticipated semi-final clash on Saturday. That's all for this edition of DD India Live. Do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. Connect with us on our different social media handles at DD India Live. And you can also download our DD India mobile app for quick news and updates on the go. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja. From all of us here in New Delhi, thank you for watching. Namaskar.